variable, that is the reliability, and the various type of reliability is the test, retest reliability, split half reliability, inter-rater, and the Cronbach alpha. Now coming to the scale validity, in this two picture you can see if you weigh a weight of a child and the weight is 30 kg, and the machine is in the of your school weighing machine, and this machine gave you a valid result. But and again the second thing, you are sad, but it is saying that you are moderately sad, and you are saying that the scale is giving a valid result. So if you see the instruments which we measure objectively, like maybe weighing machine, BP machine, or SpO2 ECG machine, so these are the instruments. Checking the validity of these instruments is an easy task. But for checking validity of scales, we have got the multiple mathematical approach. So you have to calculate something to say that the scale was valid. So how do you check for that? So first we'll discuss what are the different types of validity. So coming to the different types, the first and very important type is the content validity of a scale. So content validity is, we'll discuss what are the different types. The second type of validity is the construct validity. Construct validity is the underlying construct or latent variable which we measure. And this construct validity, we measure it on the exploratory factor analysis, which we'll see. And then there is a criterion validity. And one type of criterion validity is the concurrent validity, which we have taken here. So three types of validity is the content validity. Content validity is to measure the content which the experts have created. Like in your scale, you have selected the questionnaire, you have formulated the item, you have selected this like Likert type of score, whether you will take 5 point, 7 point, 4 point, and you have decided for the flow, you have checked in the pre-test, its interpretability and the latency, and then you want to check for the content validity. So content validity is done again using a group of experts. And in the construct validity, there are two types of validity. There is a convergent validity and there is a discriminant validity. So these two types of validity we'll discuss when we'll do the exploratory factor analysis. So right now, I am dealing with the content validity. So content validity is, how do we define content validity? It is degree to which an instrument has an appropriate sample of items for the construct being measured. That means the items which are there to measure that construct, are they covering overall that underlying construct or not? Or any suitable, do you feel that its suitability is less, moderate, or more? So content validity, if you ask from a study point of view, so it is done in two phases. So first it is done by the researcher. So the researcher, through the careful conceptualization, because if you can recall yesterday's session, any theoretical construct, we do two things. We first have a theoretical background, and then we have that operational definition. And that's why a theorist also should be there if you are planning to design a questionnaire for the construct measurement. Okay, like other which the questions which we were discussing, that is a type of causal formative, which Dr. Nitin was saying. But if you plan to measure a construct which is a reflective thing, then also you have to conceptualize and you should have some theoretical background. Then content validity is done by the evaluator. That means you will invite experts and then you will ask for the relevance of each item. So by this, there is no guideline how many experts you should have. So at least 2 experts are needed for that external evaluation, or if you are planning for the second phase of the content validity. So now you give them a questionnaire. Like yesterday, we have given you the STARS questionnaire and to measure. So what we did, we have asked you to revise and delete few items, and if you wish, you have to add few items. So now I'll show you how I will do that measurement of content validity. So first what we do, we take the average, means we take the ratings of the expert, and then we do the average of that whatever response they have given. It can be multi, if you want to have a multi-rater agreement, then you can use that inter-rater, but again, that will be kappa statistics. And then there is a content validity ratio and then content validity index. So we'll cover this fourth and fifth, that is the content validity ratio and content validity index. So these two are most commonly done. And the content validity index is most widely used to measure this degree because it measures the individual item content also and the overall content of the scale also. So this content validity index, it is calculated at two levels: content validity index of the individual item and content validity index of the overall score. So a minimum of 3 experts are needed, and maximum you can have 10 to 12 experts. So experts, they rate the items in the following Likert scale. Not relevant will be 1 point, somewhat relevant will be 2 points, quite relevant will be 3 points, and highly relevant will be 4 points. So you send your content giving these 4 scoring system. So any item is considered valid if its item-wise content validity index is more than 0.8. Similarly, overall scale is considered to be valid if scale content validity index is more than 0.8. Now coming to the content validity ratio. So in content validity index, we had 4 score. But here in content validity ratio, it is given by Loshi, and you can see it gives you 3 scoring system. One is essential, second is useful but not essential, and 3 is not necessary. So this, we calculate the content validity ratio using this formula NE minus N by 2 divided by N by 2, where N is the number of essentials for an item, like this one. And then N by 2 is the number of experts. You deduct it from the numerator and you divide it in the denominator. So the maximum value of content validity index, it depends on the number of panelists. If the number of panelists is 5, it is high, it should be high. As the number of panelists or experts increases, even if it is low, it is okay. Like for our blueprint, we have done this content validity index, and we had 28 experts across all over India. And our value came out to be, I guess, 0.6. So that was okay, because if you see 25, it is only 0.3. Even if it is minimum value is 0.37, you can say that content validity is met. Coming to the second part, that is the construct validity. So construct validity is, again, we discussed that it is of 2 types: convergent construct validity and a discriminant construct validity. So content validity is to see that the items which you have kept, whether they are essential or relevant or not. Construct validity ensures that to what extent that item is accurately measured the underlying construct. Like in the STARS questionnaire which we have shared, there were 4 to 5 domains. So you can see like worth of statistics. So question number 1, 2, and 3, that was measuring an underlying construct which was worth of statistics. Then again, question number 1, 2, 3, 4 were measuring interpretation anxiety, and then test and class anxiety. So there were these domains were there. So the inter-item correlation of these domains, that should be high. But if you talk of these domain correlation like test, class, and anxiety, interpretation, and worth of statistic, it should not be very high. Because if it is high, then it should be a single dimension scale. But since both should not be high, that's why they have been kept separated. So the correlation between worth of statistics and interpretation anxiety and test and class anxiety, and the worth of statistics and test and class anxiety, there should be low inter-factor correlation. Then only you can say that these many domain is existing. But again, the items in one domain should have high correlation. So are you able to understand? Am I making sense to all of you regarding this convergent and discriminant? So this lower part, whether there is an inter-item correlation, this is known as the convergent validity. And this part, the upper one, where you are saying that there is little correlation. So any problem? Okay. Yes, I'm repeating it. So we are talking of construct validity. What is a construct validity? Construct validity is the items which you have selected, whether those items are measuring the underlying construct or not. This we test in the factor analysis. How do we test it? In factor analysis, you will have factors. So let's say in that STARS questionnaire, we have got these three factors: worth of statistics, interpretation anxiety, and test and class anxiety. By factor, I mean domain. No, factor and domain are synonym. Item and variable is synonym. And construct and latent variable is synonym. Okay? So if you see the correlation between these three items, this should be highly correlated. Why? Because all three are measuring this domain, which is the worth of statistics. So there should be high inter-item correlation among each of these items or factors. But if we talk about the correlation between these factors, like correlation between worth of statistics and interpretation anxiety, correlation between the interpretation anxiety and test and class anxiety, and correlation between worth of statistics and test and class anxiety, then this should be low. Because if it is high, then there will not be these many factors. Then it will be considered as a unidimensional scale where there is only one dimension. But if the factor analysis is revealing that it has got more than one factor, then the correlation between these two factors should be low. And we will see this statistically once we will perform the factor analysis. Okay. So construct validity is tested when we do the factor analysis. Construct validity is of two types, convergent and discriminant. This is known as the convergent validity. When you see the correlation between items, this is convergent validity. And when you see that there is low correlation between factor, this is the discriminant validity. Yes. So this is regarding the again coming to this this is convergent and the discriminant validity. Coming to the concurrent validity. Concurrent validity is when you have got, it's like seeing the sensitivity and specificity of your scale. So concurrent validity, if you if you have got a GHQ 12, and if there is another scale which is the gold standard, so you measure on the same set of individual, you give that standard test also, and that device scale also, and then you see that what is the sensitivity, specificity, positive predictive value and negative predictive value of your scale as compared to the gold standard. That is known as the concurrent validity. And concurrent validity is for, you can say it is a type of criterion validity. Okay. So concurrent validity is a type of criterion validity. So this is how, and I think Dr. Nitin asked one question: what should be the value of content validity ratio? Okay, so Dr. Shamshad has given the answer, and this is the table which I have shown. The minimum value of content validity ratio, and it depends on the number of experts. From 5 to 40, and you can see there are, these are the suggested minimum value of the content validity ratio. So now I will demonstrate how to. So we generally, most commonly, we do the content, two types of concurrent validity. Okay. Concurrent validity, I have just told you theoretically, actually. So concurrent validity is when you test your scale with a gold standard. So for depression, suppose there is a Beck inventory, depression inventory, BDI, and there is a PHQ-9 maybe, or there is another scale which someone has devised. So I will give both these two scales to a group of people, whatever my sample size. So there will be gold standard, and then my test scores are there. So like we do the ROC analysis. So it is again similar to that predictive analysis where you calculate on the basis of gold standard. And if you say that your scale is like 90% sensitive, but as compared to what is the gold standard, so that is the concurrent validity. So concurrent validity is measuring your sensitivity of your scale as compared to the already available gold standard. Okay. Whatever is the available, like we do in case of many clinical based investigations. There is already a gold standard like biopsy, and you do some other test just to compare like what is the sensitivity and specificity of the new test which you are proposing. So this new scale which you are proposing, what is the sensitivity and specificity of this new scale as compared to already available scale which is considered to be a gold standard. Is it right, Alpna? Okay, and concurrent validity is a type of criterion validity. Okay, so it is there are two other type of criterion validity, but I'm not going into the detail of that. So most commonly we do the concurrent validity. So three types of validity we just discussed. Content validity. Content validity has got two measures: content validity index and content validity ratio. The second was the construct validity. Construct validity is again having two types: convergent validity and discriminant validity, which we'll see in the factor analysis. And then we have the last one, that is the concurrent validity. Yes, you will get all the content, Dr. Prashant. Everything will be available to you. So you want some more content on this, Dr. Prashant. These slides, so you will have. If you want more, then you can have, you can read that book. I said that we have shared two big books with you. One is of Norman and the other is of Robert. So please do read that relevant part of this from that book also. And now I will demonstrate the content validity.
Ma'am, these slides can, ma'am, can you share these slides also, ma'am, please?
Sir,
Yes.
everything is available in website, sir.
Everything you can
Sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Like
Okay,
all
sir.
the material, reading material, video lectures, PowerPoint slides, Excel sheets, Microsoft Word sheets, everything is there. Whatever
Okay,
you like downloading, where is the book? Book we have shared now. You go and see that folder soon. It is there.
Drive link, ma'am.
Drive link. Website. It is there on website also, and we have shared a drive link. You open that drive and see everything. Then you will be relaxed that you have got everything with you. No need to feel this thing that you don't have something. Okay, so you can see like these are the responses which we got. So Ajit, Anaha, Anuja, Pavni, Devakonda, Pratik, Preeti, Sinduri. 8 people have responded till the time we were compiling. More people have also responded, but we have not compiled that, maybe because we got their response late. So we asked their response. This is, I'm telling you, the content validity index, how to calculate. So we have that score on Excel sheet. So you can see that in this first question, Ajit has given it 4. And the second question, he has given 2. and 3, 3, 3. Again, 3, 4, these all responses. You can see in the last one, if you see this response, arranging to have a body of data put into the computer. So maybe this is not very relevant that one Pratik and Preeti has written. So I consider all these 8 people as my expert. And now I will calculate the content validity index. So how to do that in Excel? So what you will do, I'll show you here in this sheet. So this I have calculated. So just ignore this. What I'll do, I have to take a count number of experts who have counted 3 or 4. That because 3 and 4 are essential for me. So they are saying me that I have to keep content is okay. So this question I should be having. So what I'll do, there is a command in Excel that is the COUNTIF. So COUNTIF, double click this command, and then you have to, yes, now it has taken. You have to select the participants. So I'll select everyone till 8. And then I'll give a comma. And I have to count all the people who have given response of 3 or 4. So in the double bracket, not bracket, sorry, double inverted comma, I will keep this more than equal to 3. I'll close this with inverted comma, sorry, and press this enter. So this is the response which I got. So 5 people has said, so it is, I have like more than equal to, I have left. Just a sec, 8 minutes, equal to, yes. So 6 people said that first item out of 8, 6 people have said that this item is essential. So now I will just double click this. So I got the response of all the people. So for content validity index at individual level. Okay, that upper one is left. So I'll have to redo it. So is equal to COUNTIF, double click, and then select first, and then again, comma, double more than equal to 3. Yes, and then enter. So what I did, is it full stop? Okay. Okay. By mistake, it was full stop. Sorry. So now it was done for this also. So this is the overall response. This is only the number of experts who said. So 8 is the number of experts who said that it is essential. And you can see individually also, all the people, they have said that this first question is necessary. That's why all the response are either 3 or 4. Now, if you want to calculate the individual content validity index, then you have to do what you will do. This number of experts divided by total expert. So total experts were 8. So the content validity index of each item is here. You can see. So if you go by the individual content validity, minimum should be like at least it should be 0.8. So there are few items like this. It is having a very less, like try to understanding the odds in a lottery. It is showing only 0.375. Again, seeing a student poring over the computer, it is 0.125. This also arranging to have a body of data into the computer. It is also showing 0.5. So these are very less. So content validity index of individual item is less. And overall scale, if you want to do, then you have to take average of all these individual item-wise content validity. So what I'll do the average, I'll take double click this and then select from the top and enter. So this is the average. The average of overscale is 0.63. Again, this is less because what we discussed that at least it should have been 0.8. So the content validity of my scale, it is not adequate. So that I have to say, then again, I will modify it and again, I'll give it to another set of expert and see what is the content. So maybe because we said that you may need to do it in 2 or 3 phases to improve the content validity of your scale. So this is how we calculate the content validity index. If you are okay, what data file they have to calculate the content validity? Same. So we have shared, have we shared the data? So we have shared this data set with you. So kindly calculate the content validity index. And Dr. Naveen, can you open the breakout room?
Yes, ma'am.
And to all the mentors, please don't leave the participants. You have to keep discussing the concepts. At least for 15-20 minutes and let everyone do it. Maybe you can ask from them what they have understood in all these so you have to check their understanding also whether they have understood the concepts or not. Then again we'll repeat. And in the meantime, we are there in the main room. Those of the participants who have got the questions, you can come to the main room, ask the questions, and then you can again go back to the breakout room. But for that, once you finish your exercise in the breakout room, then you come to the main room. Are the instructions clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So there is one question, I think. Can you show me the responses, chat? So Sundarshan are asking, if we are making corrections and doing content validity again, should we do it with the same set of expert or a new set of experts? Yes, this also, I was also not very clear on this. So let me check this, Sundeshwaran, and then I'll answer this to you. I think it should be the new set of experts because the first set of experts have already given their response. So if it should be second set of experts, then that is making sense to me. But let me check it again. I don't want to tell you the wrong answer because currently I'm a little ambiguous on this question. Okay, I'll check this and I'll get back to you.
Can I open, ma'am?
Yeah, please.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, this is Pallavi.
Hi, Pallavi.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I could not attend the first breakout room, but I'm available now. So I messaged Naveen. I think he has not read the message. Okay.
मैं बोल देती हूँ पल्लवी.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
At your end.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
पल्लवी को डाल दे रहा हूँ.
डॉक्टर शमशाद तुम्हें डाल दे रहे हैं किसी ब्रेकआउट रूम में. आई गेस किस में डाल.
एकता के रूम में वहां जाके तुम अपना ये करो.
तुम्हें एकता के रूम में डाल रहे हैं. यू टेक ओवर द सेशन. ओके.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
And you tell Ekta because she is not aware.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, we are in this one only.
Okay, so all breakout room over, Naveen?
Yes, ma'am. It automatically got over, ma'am. Timing.
Okay.
Any of the breakout room, like it was incomplete. Should we open any breakout room again once more? Any mentors?
I think if it is not done, then we may do it tomorrow with the exploratory
Okay,
factor analysis,
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
because it is already 1:35, and then we may need to take few more questions also. If so, yes, I looked up into the literature, and it should be a separate. It should be a different set of experts for content validity. And there's one article which we have just seen. It states that wash, rinse, and then again wash. That's the title. So they are saying that like if the stain is there and if we wash it with the same soap, then stain will not go. So we use some other soap. So on the similar concept, if you have gotten the content validity from one expert, then after you remove those items, then you need to send that to another set of experts. So it should be two different sets. And it's an iterative process like we did yesterday about that translation and process. Okay. I don't know who asked this question, Sundeshwaran. Yes, Sundeshwaran asked this question. So are you there, Sundeshwaran? Did you get your answer? I don't know whether he's there or not. Okay, so we are done for today and try to get more responses on the STARS questionnaire which we have shared with you. We have gotten how many responses? 82. But we need at least 250 to show you that exploratory factor analysis. So if it is possible, try, because we sent it yesterday quite late. So maybe you can try it today also. And then we'll do the EFA and CFA tomorrow.
Ma'am,
Any
CVR. Ma'am,
yes,
CVR.
ratio. Okay, I'll
Maybe just a small formula.
Oh yeah, no worries. That I may show you. So this was the thing. This was for the content validity ratio. So for ratio, what was the formula? It was the same that you take the response. So this, don't go by this response because we have just clubbed this response. This is the CVR. And here what you do?
Screen share nahi hua.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. So in this case, you can see the responses. Maybe let's say that 3 was the essential, most essential or essential. Again, similarly, you have to, like we did with the CVI, you need to count the expert who have given like 3. So I have just again used the same this thing, that count if. You can see the formula here, count if, and then these cell, and is equal to 3. And then this was the number. So 8 experts have said that this question is important. And then for individual this thing, you have to deduct n by 2. So n was 8. So what I did, I have minus the 4 in the numerator and divided it by 4. So this was the...
Then what about index, ma'am? Like I got confused probably.
Index, in index now you only divide the total responses in the numerator and divide it in the numerator you count the number of people who have said it is highly relevant, okay, and in denominator you take total number of responses. That is for content validity index. For ratio, you in numerator you just half the number of person, okay. Like if there are total 8, you deduct the 8 from numerator and divide, not 8, like 4 in this case, and divide it by 4. The formula, n e minus n by 2 by n minus 2. Okay, so
This is for ratio, and
yes,
the other one.
for ratio. This is for ratio. And this is for index. And in this case, CVR, because CVR is not calculated item wise, so you need to calculate the average. Sorry, I was telling you the reverse. CVR is item wise. We don't calculate it overall because it can range from minus to plus. So that's why CVR is calculated at individual item. Overall, CVR is not there. CVR means ratio. But CVR, you can have overall scale and individual item also. So the difference between CVI and CVR is CVI, that means the content validity index. It is calculated at item, each item level and at overall scale level also. CVR is calculated at each item level only. And in CVR, the formula, you know, this is the formula for CVR. N minus, the minus N by 2, total number of people. This is the formula for CVR. NE by N minus 2, and in denominator also, like if there are 8 experts, total number of desirable response minus total number of expert by 2 is could minus karna, and then in denominator you have to divide it by N by 2.
Okay, ma'am.
Is it clear? But in your paper, you only mention one method. If you wish, you can mention 2, but again, even if you do, like CVI is most commonly done, but in books also you will see that this Loshi method is also there. So up to you. Is it okay? Any other question from any other participant? No? Then we are concluding today's session, and then we'll meet again tomorrow at 10. And again, I said that please try collecting responses on that STARS questionnaire. Okay, thank you, everyone.